So guys, we were actually doing this valid elements in an array. Okay. So due to power cut, I could not able to continue that discussion on day 6. So today is day 7, and we will continue the discussion. So let's start it again. So the idea will be in the last lecture we did basically we actually compared the left and right elements. That's it. But we actually want the question says it has to be strictly greater than every element to its left, right? So for every element, for checking every element, we don't. Uh, the idea can be use of for loop, but it will become too much cumbersome. Rather, we can go for uh, uh, finding out the max left, okay, and max right, okay. Why we will do this? Because we will actually be updating the values of max left and max right in every iteration, and then we can go for comparing, or we can put some if condition. So if num of I is greater than max right, then it means that it is obviously the num of I is obviously greater than every element on the right. And if nums of I is greater than left, max of left, then it is it is understood that this element nums of I has to be greater than every element on its left, right? So let's think on those lines. So let's think on those lines. Okay, so we will be assigning the variables. So we are trying to do valid elements in an array, and we have been given this array, and an element num of I is considered valid if it satisfies at least one of the conditions. So it has to be strictly greater than every element to its left, okay, or it can be greater than every elements of it right. If one of the conditions gets satisfied, then it will be considered as the valid elements. Apart from that, the first and last elements are always valid, okay. So even if you don't compare anything, and if you have only two elements, then those two elements will be valid elements, right? And if you have only one element, that one element will also be valid. If you have zero element, then it will not be valid, right? It will be an empty this thing. So whenever your nums is 1, then your output has to be 1, and expected is 1. So I tried doing this on that day, but due to power cut, I couldn't complete the discussion. So I'm again doing this. And if you have any alternate solution, then please free to chat, please free to comment. So let's start. So what I'll consider is whatever is the minimum value, I'll take that. So it's better to take minus infinity, right? Float of minus infinity. Okay, so this represents the minus infinity, right? Okay. So now initially we have assigned these values. Now what we can do is we can. So what my idea is, I'll just take a result left and the result right, so that I'll compare the left value first, then I'll compare right value for different for loops, so that our time complexity will be order of 2n, right? And in the end we will try merging these two, and we will add the first and last elements of that array, okay. So first we'll start with the second element, that is index 1 up to n minus 1, right? So let's try doing it, brainstorm it. For I in range 1 to n, okay, or rather 1 to n minus 1, because we have to leave that element, the last element we have to leave, okay, because we'll see it when we talk about right element, we have to start with n minus 1, okay, and we have to make one step lesser, 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 up to that nums of I, okay. That will be our right wala criteria. For left criteria, it will be simple, and we will just run a for loop. And uh, what we'll do, if nums of I, okay, is greater than max of, so if nums of I is greater than max left, let us start with left. So here max left is minus infinity. So yes, nums of I, or nums of I is 1, not 1. Nums of I is 2. Okay, because we are starting with index 1. Okay, so is 2 greater than minus infinity? Yes. So if it is greater, then what I'll do, um, I'll just append result underscore left dot append. What should I append? Nums of I. Right. So when I append this, it will append. It will get appended, and then I'll go for max left. I'll have to update max left, right? Then only it will next for comparing next map max left. I'll have to have this max left getting updated, right? So what will be the max left? It will be is equal to max of whatever is the max left right now. Okay, comma nums of I. So we'll compare, and whosoever is greater, okay, it will put the value of, or it will update the value of max left. So right now the max left is minus infinity. Now we have appended nums of I. Next step is max left will get updated. So here max left is minus infinity. Here nums of I is 2. So which is greater? 2 is greater. So new max left value will be 2. So this max left will go here, again iterate. So when we iterate, now the value becomes the value of I becomes 2. So 2 is index 4. Okay. Is 4 greater than max left, that is 2? Yes. So it will again append. So this is how it is getting appended. So 2 came, then 4 came. So our max left uh, will travel up to here. Let us try returning the value of max left. What do we get? So 2 should also come, right? Two has okay. If I start with 0, okay, okay. Let's continue. For I, or we can say for j in range n minus, how much will be that? n will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N will be 6. So our index will be 0 to 5. But it should start from n minus 2. So it will be n minus 2, right? Then I need to traverse this j up to the last element. Let's say up to 0 I need to traverse, and the step of minus 1. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll compare the right value. Okay. So if nums of j is greater than nums of j plus 1. Okay. And what is j plus 1? It will be max right. Okay. If nums of j is greater than max right, then what it will do, result underscore right dot append nums of j and max right is equal to max of max right comma nums of j. This has to be my idea, and but we have to check with the condition. If the element is only one, since there is only one element, it is always valid, and the answer is 1. So we have to check the edge cases. So what can be the edge cases? We can just put if n is equal to 1. Okay. Then return nums of j, nums of I, return nums of 0. Okay. If n is equal to 2, then return what I need to return. I need to return nums of 0 comma nums of 1. Yes. And this will be within. Okay. These two will be the edge cases. So from here a regular loop starts. Okay, so our one kid has come. Okay. Hello, I am 50 and I have started learning Python by devoting some time every day. Okay. So buddy, you just have to devote half an hour or 15 minutes. Uh, just read one concept and just take it to the highest level. All right. That is the only thing we can think of for having mastery in such subject. Python is good, and you should do it. And DSA is very logical. I mean, it may be tougher as you go. It can the questions are can be tougher, but You just have to think, right? You just have to think in the right direction. Okay, even if it takes 1 hour, half an hour for a question, you just brainstorm it on your own first. Then you just see one hint. Okay, and again you try to do it. Okay, so for this question, I also use this hint. Just I took this hint. Pre-compute the maximum length and write for each index. Okay, so I took this one hint, and then I got the idea. Okay, this can be done. Okay, so sometimes you have to take hints, but don't directly jump into the solution. Don't directly look into the solution, and you know it will stop your way of thinking, the idea of thinking. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, do it. Devote very small time every day. That will be more than enough. So we have put this idea up and nums of j, max right equals max of. Okay, this also we have done. Now we will just merge the two strings. So return uh, result underscore left plus result underscore right. Okay, and we have to add these two numbers also, the initial and the final numbers. Okay, so what we can do is we will just add this result is equal to result, and what we will do, we will add the initial and the last element. Okay, so I'll insert at 0th position one element, and I'll append the last element. That can be done. So how to insert? Result dot insert at 0th position, comma, what to insert? Nums of 0. And result dot append nums of n minus 1. Now we can return result. I think this should give us some solution. 12432. Why it is coming 4? 12432. This 4 is coming extra. Okay, we are one. Okay, so uh, we just have to put this inside the square bracket. One answer is correct. Okay, this case 3 is correct. Okay, about case 2. So for case 2, what it is doing is, I started with 1, so 5 is 1. If nums of I is greater than max left. But if it is not greater, so it will not append. What our question says, consider it is strictly greater than every element. So we cannot change the condition. It has to be greater. But what if the elements are coming equal? Can we give one more condition if the elements are coming equal? So if we give that condition, if max that should be okay, should be I minus 1, right? Because we have to compare the one element next left to it, and here nums of j plus 1, because we have to compare the right element. So this is given easy, but I don't find it easier. It should be medium level. can do is we can 0 to n nums of nums of I plus 1. Then we just return nums of 0, comma, nums of 1, nums of n minus 1. I think this should satisfy our case 2. Mm, out of limit. Okay. So our case 2 is satisfied now. But what about case 1? This 4 is coming. So instead of directly what we can do is instead of directly inserting these results, we can just put one condition if x in result, if x not in result, not in result, then what we will do, we will insert this and और डाल दो उसमें बाकी का मसाला बचा खा लिया Instead of x, we can ask, or we can put one condition: if nums of 0 is not in result, then we'll insert this. Okay. Similarly, if nums of n minus 1 not in result, right, then we'll append this. We'll append this. So we need to check this, why this extra 4 is coming, right? Hmm. Can we just start with 0? Okay, because when we are comparing this, max left here is minus infinity, and if nums of I here, let's say if input nums here is 5, but what we are comparing is this minus infinity, not with this. Okay, this is here in this case it is okay, it is 1. So 2 will be greater. If it was 5, then 2 should not be added. But here we are adding, we are appending 2 because we are directly comparing with the minus infinity. Okay, so I think we should start with 0, and we should we can do that up to n, because we are comparing I minus 1th value, right? So let's do that. For j also, we are starting with n minus 2. Instead, we can just start with n minus 1. Let's try doing this. So here index error is out of range. Okay, okay, okay. So it should be n minus 2. It should also be like this because we have to return the list, not the integer. Now, when we started with 0, uh, then we don't have to insert here 0 because this will already be taken. So it is checking the condition. If nums of 0 is not in result, then we will insert. Okay. And if nums of so this is correct. We don't have to remove anything. I think this should work. So basically, we should first check what is max right? We should first check this. Then we will do if condition, because first it will check um, max right with j plus 1, and the value of j plus 1 will be the last element. Yes, because this is n minus 2 and this is j plus 1. Okay. This is not required if let's say my five, two, two, three. If my array is this, then it will get executed. We don't want this to get executed. So basically, if my code is this 1 2 2 3, okay. So what it is doing, it will get executed. It will get executed. So we don't want this. This block should be removed. Okay. One more thing is coming to my mind is this J. What it is getting, what we are getting. First, it will be given. It is giving us the last element, then second last element, then third last element. So its order has to be reversed. Okay. So whatever is my append, this one result, right? This I should reverse it. Okay. So result result right dot reverse. Okay. Let us assume this result has the list for x in this. If x not in result, okay. Why 2 is missing? If I start with 1, Okay, what if we do uh, max left as nums of 0 and we start with 1. Nums of I is greater than max left. So this is coming correct. And similarly for right, what we can do is the result max right is nums of minus 1 and nums of j will be greater than max right. So what we can do is we will we will assign the value of max right as nums of minus 1. Okay. Nums of minus 1 means the last element. Okay. And what we can do is result right we can put nums of minus 1. Yes. Why? Because this element is missing, right? So we can directly start result right with this and we will append other elements. Yes. So nums of I, then it will append all the elements and we have to reverse the string. Okay. So in J, let's reverse it. So 2 is missing. So I'm starting with n minus 2 minus 2 means 6 minus 2 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm starting with 3. Why I'm starting with 3? I should start with 2 only. Okay, because it is j plus 1 is from 2. And so j. Okay. That's not equals. So this is acting as no. So what we can do is we will just go with nums of j, try executing it. Okay, so it should be out of if loop. That should work now. It's better to put result of zero is nums of zero result left equals nums of 0. So the code is syntactically correct and it will run, but there's one redundancy thing to verify. These are not required. I think the code is all correct. I can't find any error. Guys, if you are able to find any error, Why this code is not getting executed? Just mm, ping me or message me. What is the problem? Okay. So we'll continue this tomorrow as well. Okay. So till then, bye bye, and keep practicing. Thank you.